Settle in now as the day fades behind you, with nothing pressing to hold your thoughts, nothing urgent to keep you awake. Just a soft quiet at this moment, safe and unhurried, with the evening stretching gently around you like a blanket laid over the world. Calm and steady, without edges or demands, allowing you to feel your breath slow and your shoulders rest, supported and unburdened, with each passing second making the space around you feel softer and more welcoming, like the glow of lamplight through a window, warm and still. In this safe and easy place, you can begin to notice the subtle tones of quiet nature and simple travel, the way a forest feels hushed at dusk, the way an ocean's tide repeats itself with steady rhythm, the way mountains breathe cool air into a valley, the way small villages gather light as evening falls. All of it gentle, all of it calm, all of it ready to carry you into slower thoughts. You don't need to hold on to the day. You don't need to replay moments or plan ahead. You only need to let each image arrive and fade, one after the other, as calm as the night itself, with a sense of soft ground beneath your feet and the openness of the sky above. Everything is steady tonight. The quiet will stay steady. The rhythm of your breath will stay steady. And the feeling of safety will not leave, even as your mind drifts slowly, carried by the simple story of nature, and travel into the stillness you need, with ease and warmth, ready to carry you into rest. Tonight, we will linger more deeply with the calm images of nature and travel, carried by forests, oceans, mountains, and villages, each offering its own gentle rhythm, each inviting your mind to release the weight of the day, each settling into soft stillness that welcomes sleep. Imagine first the forest, where tall trees rise in quiet silhouettes against a darkening sky, their leaves stirring only slightly in the evening air, their roots holding firm in the cool earth below, and the hush of birds finding rest above all, reminding you that stillness is natural, that pausing is part of the world's rhythm. Picture the ocean next, wide and steady, its surface touched by the last glimmers of fading light, its waves rolling in slow repetition, each crest a gentle whisper, each retreat a calming pause, steady and soothing like the breath you notice now, slow and even, relaxed. From the ocean we move to the mountains, their peaks softened by dusk, their meadows filled with the hush of evening crickets, their streams winding quietly, reflecting moonlight as if holding the sky within them, offering coolness, space, and silence that spreads into your own sense of being. Then there are the villages, small and cozy, with narrow streets dimly lit by lamplight, windows glowing warmly, doors closing softly, voices hushed into comfort, as if every home has gathered peace to share with the night. These images of nature and travel come together like a woven blanket, each thread adding warmth, each layer adding calm, wrapping around you to quiet the mind, to make space for drifting thoughts, to allow you to sink easily into rest. Everything is steady tonight, and when the refrain returns in your thoughts, it will remind you that forests and oceans, mountains and villages all remain calm in their own way, steady and unhurried, offering you the same quiet rhythm, offering you the same gentle pause, so you may linger as long as you need, finding comfort in the softness of each scene, feeling time slow and settle, knowing that the night is here to hold you, knowing that the stillness is safe and steady. At the heart of tonight's journey is the simple idea that calm scenes of nature and gentle moments of travel can create a rhythm so steady and soft that the mind naturally settles, and we will stay with that idea for as long as you need, repeating it in different ways, exploring it through forests, oceans, mountains, and villages, always circling back to its gentle center, always letting the cadence remain smooth and unhurried, carrying you along like a slow current, never demanding, always easy, always quiet. Imagine again the forest, not as a single picture, but as a living sequence. Tall trees swaying ever so slightly, a canopy shifting with the breeze, shadows deepening as evening falls into night. The sound of leaves moving like a soft hush, repeated again and again, and a sense of groundedness beneath, where roots stretch unseen, firm and steady, holding everything in place, reminding you of safety, reminding you of rest. In one part of the forest, a path meanders, covered with soft needles and moss, a path that curves without hurry, leading not to a destination, but to more stillness. Each step muffled, each pause filled with quiet air. And as you notice this path, you feel your own thoughts soften, unneeded edges fading, replaced by the sense of being guided toward gentleness. Everything is steady tonight. The forest breathes in long, slow rhythms, and you can breathe with it, unhurried, unworried, settled. From the forest, let us return to the ocean, where waves lap again and again, each with its own beginning and its own end, yet all the same, all part of a larger stillness, water folding back upon itself, cool and endless, the horizon stretching calmly outward, the air touched with salt and softness. Here, the sound of water is never loud, never urgent, only rhythmic, like the turning of pages, like the beating of a heart at rest, like the cycle of breath itself, repeating without thought, easing tension, guiding you into a slower pace. On the shore, sand feels cool beneath your feet, textured and fine, carrying the memory of the sun, but now cooled by night. Every grain softening the step, every step softened by night's embrace. And with each step, the ocean repeats its sound, reminding you that rest is natural, that repetition itself is calming. Everything is steady tonight. Now we rise toward the mountains, where air grows cooler, where space opens wide, where the land stretches upward yet holds no urgency, peaks touched by silver light, meadows cradled in quiet, streams whispering as they move downhill. Here, the coolness of night feels like a gentle touch, refreshing yet soft, reminding you that stillness can be spacious, that openness itself is calming, that in wide places the mind can also spread out and release its crowded thoughts. You notice the sound of crickets, a steady chorus without urgency, a background rhythm that soothes rather than stirs, like a lullaby carried on the air, blending with the faint rustle of grass and the distant murmur of flowing water. The mountains hold you in a different way than the forest or the sea, the sense of elevation, a sense of distance, yet always calm, always steady, always open to rest. Everything is steady tonight. And then there are the villages, places where the human presence joins with the calm of nature, where lights glow warmly through curtains, where doors are closed softly, where cobblestones hold the memory of many steps but remain quiet in the present, where lamplight pools in gentle circles on the ground, and windows flicker like candles, promising comfort inside. Walking slowly through such a village, you might hear the faint sound of a clock chiming the hour. Not loudly, not insistently, only gently marking time, reminding you that time can pass softly, without demand, without pressure, simply moving forward as night deepens. You pass houses with ivy on their walls, gardens at rest in the shadows, benches empty beneath trees, everything still, everything waiting without hurry, everything carrying a softness that welcomes your presence. Everything is steady tonight. As we move through these scenes, circling from forest to ocean to mountain to village and back again, we keep returning to the same truth that calm repetition creates ease, that gentle images guide the mind toward rest, that steady rhythms are enough, like breath repeating, like waves returning, like crickets calling, like lamplight glowing. All of it carries the same message. The world knows how to be calm, and you can join that calm, lingering as long as you wish, safe, settled, steady, ready for sleep. Everything is steady tonight. As we settle deeper into this journey, we continue with the same idea, yet add a second gentle layer, noticing how calm places not only ease the mind, but also show us different qualities of rest, as if each landscape carries its own way of being quiet, its own way of helping thoughts soften, its own way of making space for sleep. The forest teaches grounding, its roots firm beneath the earth, its canopy above like shelter, the steady hush of leaves offering cover and protection, reminding you that rest can feel held and safe. The ocean teaches rhythm, waves moving in timeless sequence, one after another, never hurried, never late, always returning, reminding you that rest can feel like being carried by something larger, steady, and endless. The mountains teach openness, cool air, and wide views, spaces that stretch out yet remain still, reminding you that rest can feel like expansion, a release of what is tight, an opening into calm. The villages teach comfort, lamplight, and warm windows, gentle sounds fading into evening, reminding you that rest can feel like belonging, like being at home in quiet company, like being part of something peaceful. These four ways: grounding, rhythm, openness, comfort can weave together as you drift tonight, circling slowly in your imagination, offering you different shades of calm, different colors of quiet. Everything is steady tonight, and as you move through each layer, you may notice that the qualities repeat softly, like the rhythm of a lullaby, each landscape echoing another, each lesson blending with the rest. The forest's grounding echoes in the village streets, where stones hold steady beneath each step. The ocean's rhythm echoes in the mountain streams, where water repeats its sound without end. The mountain's openness echoes in the wide sky above the ocean horizon. The village's comfort echoes in the forest's shelter, where branches hold the space above with care. All of these qualities are part of the same calm, part of the same steady night. Everything is steady tonight. To settle further, let us explore these qualities in gentle sequence. 5 small impressions woven into one passage, so that they can guide your mind into deeper stillness. The coolness of night air brushing softly against the skin, the faint glow of lamplight through a window, the steady hush of waves folding back into themselves, the grounding weight of roots beneath tall trees, and the open stillness of a mountain meadow under stars. Each of these impressions lingers quietly, each repeats in its own way. Each creates space for your breath to slow, your shoulders to rest, your thoughts to drift. Everything is steady tonight. We can circle again with more cycles of soft images to show how every detail of nature and travel contributes to the same sense of calm. Imagine moss on a forest stone, cool and textured, soft to the touch, reminding you that even the smallest surface can be restful. Imagine shells on a quiet beach, scattered yet still, each one carrying the rhythm of the sea in silence. Imagine distant peaks touched by silver moonlight, holding their shape without motion, offering the steadiness of still forms. Imagine a lantern glowing in a village square, light gathered in one place, reassuring, familiar. Everything is steady tonight. Each return to these scenes adds another layer of comfort, another layer of rest, another reminder that calm is always near, always present, always surrounding you. Forests ground, oceans soothe, mountains open, villages comfort. Together, they form a circle of calm, wide enough to hold you through the night. Everything is steady tonight. You do not need to hold on to these images tightly. They will remain steady without you, waiting, ready, repeating, as soft as breath, steady as night, guiding you with ease into rest, guiding you with warmth into sleep. As we arrive at the final stretch of this journey, the circle of forests, oceans, mountains, and villages returns again. Yet, now the cadence slows even more, stretching longer, softer, as if the images themselves are sinking into deeper quiet. And your mind can follow without effort, without weight, simply letting go as night gathers gently around you. The forest waits first, steady and grounded, its trees holding firm against the sky, their branches like arms reaching upward but never straining, their roots like anchors spreading below, and the hush of leaves filling the air with a soft, unbroken song, reminding you that stillness can be strong and supportive, reminding you that quiet can feel like being held. From the forest, the rhythm of the ocean comes again, waves folding upon waves, unhurried, without change, each one touching the shore, then returning, each one carrying a calm repetition that eases thought, that soothes breath, that asks for nothing more than drifting with it, like being carried on a current that knows only peace. Everything is steady tonight. The mountains follow, wide and cool, their meadows silvered by starlight, their streams running clear in gentle voices, their peaks outlined against a sky that is both endless and still. In here you find openness, a sense of space that allows you to release what you no longer need, to open into a rest without boundaries. The villages close the circle, warm and familiar, lamplight glowing through curtains, cobblestones resting beneath quiet steps, windows flickering softly as if whispering comfort, reminding you of belonging, of home, of simple ease that holds no demands. Everything is steady tonight, and as the cycle repeats, it softens further, the forest becoming not just tall trees but the hush between them, the ocean becoming not just waves but the silence after each one fades, the mountains becoming not just peaks but the still air between them, the villages becoming not just streets but the warmth that gathers unseen behind each door. These softened images spiral together, slower each time, until they feel like a lullaby drawn out into the longest notes, guiding you down and down, unhurried, unwavering. Everything is steady tonight. The cadence itself grows longer now, like breath slowing at rest, like the dimming of light, like the night settling fully into place, and you can let yourself settle with it, knowing the forest will remain steady, the ocean will remain steady, the mountains will remain steady, the villages will remain steady, all of them circling together in endless calm. You do not need to linger awake, for the story will linger for you, steady in its rhythm, steady in its images, steady in its quiet repetition, carrying you toward deeper and deeper stillness. Everything is steady tonight. Let the final images rest in your mind like faint lights fading at a distance, soft, steady, safe, and as the words grow longer between pauses, as silence becomes the truest sound, you can allow yourself to drift with it, carried by nature, held by travel, surrounded by calm, until the story dissolves fully into night. Everything is steady tonight. Good night.